Alright YouTube, I'm Cool40 here. You have all requested a long-awaited gadget video, and I decided to give you guys one that I thought would be one of the best ones for me to talk about. I want to talk about the Inzektor matchup in general. Those of you that have played the current format, you know how stupid things are right now. And the Inzektor matchup is no exception. By far, the Inzektor matchup is the worst matchup that I hate. That's why I played Frog Monarch at a regional, because I wanted to drop Obelisk and torture them so much. But in general, the Inzektor matchup is just hard in general because they have the ability to control the field, which, you know, takes away from your spells and traps with Hornet. So as a gadget player, there's some things that you have to do to, you know, change your playstyle against Inzektors. The thing that everybody tends to know and love right now, Triple Veiler. It's a basic, simple option against them. You know, if you Veiler it, you know, Hornet or Ladybug just falls off and they don't get to search. But the important thing is you don't ever let this card go off. This card can go off. It's no real loss. You know, they get this to hand and then you just stop it. You know, it's not like they can really pick them up from their graveyard. Bottomless, it's not such a good card. I mean, it does hit Centipede, it does hit Hopper, but, you know, in general, they tend to capitalize advantage through Dragonfly and him. And yeah, he does have the advantage to pick up, you know, Sword. But, you know, that's just the way Yu-Gi-Oh happens. The general playstyle of gadgets that I'm approaching right now for this particular matchup right here is I'm abusing Ultimate Offering. The thing is, if you can hit them faster than they can hit you, then you'll be in a, you know, a safe place, you know. But if you're going to play Offering, you're going to have to combine it with the Veiler, or at least some sort of protection trap. But the thing, like, my saying with Offering is, if you can hit them faster than they can hit you, you'll be fine. Inzektors do hit fast. Chaos Dragons do hit fast. And Offering does give you the advantage to be on the defensive. Now, you really can't play Offering without some sort of extra protection, because, you know, 9 gadgets does become pretty troublesome. So I'm playing it with Machinas. I know I said I hated Machinas a long time ago, but this is one of the few formats that I actually feel that Machinas would be, you know, useful. They do create pluses in the form of Big Boss Man. And he gives you the ability to go into Big Eye, and he also gives you synchro options with Veiler, which creates some interesting plays that the deck can do. And then Ultimate Offering, we're getting Shockmaster, Parl, and Kaikoishi in time for Nationals, which should make things a lot easier on the play side. The thing that Fortress does against Inzektors is it puts a 2500 beat stick on the field. Yeah, they can just, you know, clear it off with these, and his targeting effect doesn't work because, you know, Hornet's a spell card. But he gives me Big Eye if I really need it to take over their big beat stick, like Tyrus or Adreus, if they want to put it in the way of me to try to slow me down for whatever reason. But, you know, he creates big beats, and, you know, as long as you're hitting them faster than they can hit you, you'll be fine, you know. And this guy creates a miniature wall against Dragonfly and Centipede, much like Mr. Djinn does. Like, if you put this guy out, you're going to give him targets, which kind of sucks. Sometimes I wonder if it's better to not have monsters on the field against Inzektors in general, but you kind of need to put some on the field. The other thing, Thrasher is actually reasonably well played against them, because if you play him and you combine him with a gadget, you can get to an auto exceed. I'm not sure what exceed you want to go to against them. It depends on their opening scenario. You can probably go into the big Djinn, or, you know, Parl for beats, but it does give you some pretty reasonable options against Inzektors. I don't recommend Thrasher first turn against them because you don't know what they're playing, but, you know, second turn, it's a balanceable card. I really do hate Inzektors. They are an extremely hard matchup. You know, you always do have the basic stuff in your build to slow them down. This is one that I'm not sure a lot of people have thought of. Compulsive in general is a really balanced card, especially against Inzektors. Yeah, you're just putting the threat back in their hand for one turn. Raigeki Break might be better in some cases, but, you know, Compulse also doubles for the other matchups I'm not going to discuss right now. But for a single-minded purpose against Dragonfly and Centipede, it just gets them back to their hand, clears their field for your shenanigans. So, in general, I do feel that Inzektors is one of the most powerful decks in the current format. They have stupid plays, they have stupid moves, they've made cards like Smashing Ground obsolete. Oh boy, I smashed Ground their monster. The thing is, Inzektors can be scary if you leave their monster on the field. So you have to exceed up, and you have to push over whatever they leave on the field. Because if you Veiler, you can't leave that monster on the field. Especially if you're playing receptive traps like this. You know, we don't have a lot of good receptive traps. I'm sorry. You know, you can make good TT plays against them if you, if they just summon, but, Call the Haunted, Monster Reborn, Insecticaliber plays. I mean, like I said, if you're going to play gadgets right now, I recommend playing a fast approach to it. You can play Doomcaliber Stun if you really wanted to try to slow them down and, get them on your level. But the fact of the matter is they will get that one lucky Inzektor off somewhere down the line. You can also play Macrocosmos. I'm not really sure how I feel about that right now. Seems like it would be good in theory, but I don't know if I really want to commit my main deck to that. I mean, combining that with Ultimate Offering might work, might not. Maybe I should side Macrocosmos. I don't know. I know Macro gives this deck a lot of problems, just like they bring in Dimensional Fissure, and that seems to work for them. But Macro shuts them down. Macro also doubles for other matchups, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But my current verdict of this, make sure you have Shadow Mirrors on your side. Decide if you want to play Macros. If you're playing gadgets, this is going to be your hardest matchup, in my opinion. Chaos Dragons are a hard matchup, but I'll talk about that later on. This is definitely, in my opinion, the hardest matchup that you'll run into all day. Rabbit bringing out Logi as whatever, you just run it out of negation. You're a gadget player. You generate advantage, and you play Thrasher to get to gadget, to get to Utopia, so they can negate his summon. Okay, well, you really didn't lose much there. One card, that's what Logia does. Forces one card. So, I mean, in general, watch out for Inzektors, guys. They are a really hard matchup. I know we play a lot of hate towards them, but, a little extra hate never hurt anybody, especially the combos that this deck seems to do, since we're a committed field control deck. So, yeah, that's all I can really say. Please thumbs up this video if you guys enjoyed this little talk about Inzektors. They are scary. This is my personal bias deck of the format. I really wish that this deck would die in a fire. And, tell me what you guys think about this video down below in the comments. If I missed anything, please point it out. I'll maybe make a part 2 video to this. So, yeah, peace.